All right, everybody, we are ready to try this crazy awesome experience. I'm just going to try and get you guys available on my phone. I haven't been able to see it yet, but hopefully we'll be able to... Oh, I can see the comments on the screen, so that's great. I'll be able to see you guys. If you want to share this with other people, go ahead. I'm Twyla, this is Paul. And we are going to try our hand at being YouTubers today because we watch them all the time. One of the things I've seen them do quite often, which I think is really cool and I really wanted to try for myself, was try the Miracle Berry, which is, we tried the Mberry brand. There's a couple different brands of this that you can try. These ones are a tablet. The problem is if you have a real berry, first of all, they're really perishable and they're from the other side of the world. And if you eat them, they don't last nearly so long as they do in a tablet like this. So we now have 30 minutes, and a couple minutes here once I'm done explaining a little bit about this berry. We are going to put these on our tongues, and then once it is fully dissolved, I don't know how long that'll take, we're going to have 30 minutes to try, I think we've got 35 different foods and beverages here that we're excited to try. Well, I mean, Paul's not excited to try coffee, and I'm not excited to try chocolate.
Not at all.
So there are some things we're not excited to try, and I'm sure Paul isn't super relishing. And I say relishing is a pun here because relish is made from vinegar. You aren't relishing drinking a bunch of vinegars, are you?
I am counting on the fact that this works and it actually tastes different because otherwise, no, that sounds terrible.
Gotcha. All right.
So what Twyla hasn't explained here, for those of you who don't know, is that the Miracle Berry, its colloquial name, is a fruit from West Africa, which has a really interesting property. It affects the way that your taste buds work, such that your perception of taste and flavor is dramatically changed. Basically, sour things should taste sweet.
Bitter things should taste something. I'm not sure if they taste
different
sweet.
than they would normally taste.
They'll taste different. Like, so sour things taste sweet, bitter things will taste different. So what it literally does is it changes the shape of your taste buds, which is so cool.
And I wouldn't even have known that, like, the shape of your taste buds is
what
changeable? Determines. Well, not that just that it's changeable, but that the shape of your taste buds is related to your experience of flavor, whether something is sour or bitter, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't have known that either.
I would have assumed that it was more a chemical thing as opposed to the shape.
Yeah. So it's actually kind of cool that we're going to be able to try all of these things. So we have a big spread out before us. We're going to start out, when we do this, we're going to start out with just pure vinegar, which is an ambitious starter.
Pure white vinegar.
Pure white vinegar. Not the sort of thing people clean with, not the sort of thing that they like to drink. So we'll see exactly what that tastes like. And we have this gorgeous set of beautiful fruits here that I am really excited about trying. So the fruits and vegetables are gonna be sweeter and more interesting. So I think this is gonna be a super fun time. Thank you if you're joining us now or live. Please know that we can see your comments on the screen. So if you want to comment anything to us, if you even want to challenge us to try something else we might have in the house, feel free to do that. Although 30 minutes and 35 items is a big ask already. We're kind of maxed out. And then the other cool thing about this is that if you're tuning in, I decided this just yesterday. I'm going to have a little draw within the next few days, so by Wednesday, and I'll send you some of the additional tablets. So if you want to try this yourself, you just have to comment "I want in" on the comments, and we'll put you in a draw for the rest of another set of these tablets, and you can give them a shot too.
Yeah. And I think that includes after this live broadcast is over, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can totally do that up until Wednesday, and then I'll draw a name and I'll mail you some tablets. They're tiny, so I can literally mail them to you anywhere in the world that you're watching from. So we're really excited about trying out our YouTuber chops. If you like what you're watching here, we highly recommend a show we became a little addicted to on BuzzFeed called Worth It. which is where a couple of dudes go and eat different kinds of food at different price points and see what's most worth it at its price point, meaning that they're eating like ridiculously expensive lasagna or things like that. And some of those other food shows are super fun. And then the particular video that made me want to try this is from the Holderness family. The Holderness family YouTubers, or I guess they're technically Facebook originally, but they're YouTubers too. They tried this Miracle Berry, and I was like, I have got to try this. This looks like fun. So without further ado, it's been 5 minutes of us just chatting. I think it's time to take out these berries, put them on our tongues.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. Can't believe this is real. We're actually doing this. This is going to be so much fun. All right, opening up the berries. Oh, and they're even in these little tablets. They're overpackaged. But all right, let's start out and take a couple of these.
So we want to wait until they've completely dissolved on the tongue. They're not for swallowing.
They're not for swallowing.
Because we want it to coat the tongue.
Yeah, you want to put it on your tongue and let it dissolve. All right, I'm going to show you guys this tiny berry. It is just
these are tablets made with berry abstract.
Berry extract, yeah.
Extract,
they're berry extract and like cornstarch.
Yeah.
That's all that's in here. So it's basically just the berry and the cornstarch. And this is the method in which it's easiest for everybody to be able to actually try this.
Okay.
Okay, everybody ready?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, the tablet itself tastes pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Tangy.
Tastes kind of like a fruit.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's a berry or something. It's crazy.
I know, right? Who could have known?
Sour berry. Choke cherry?
Choke cherry is the closest I can think of.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else I'd say about it. But yeah, it's really
Cranberry?
sour on the tongue. It's weird.
Cranberry? Choke cherry? More towards choke cherry.
Yeah, between a cranberry and a choke cherry. That's what this tastes like. So the tablet itself does not taste sweet. I was expecting the tablet to taste sweet, but it doesn't. Our taste buds are being manhandled right now.
Takes a long time to dissolve.
Yeah, it takes a long time, longer than I thought to dissolve. But
So we're literally watching people roll things around on their tongues.
mm-hmm. Yeah, watching
on the
people
internet.
eat. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Although, of course, like a lot of the internet is actually just watching other people eat.
you know it really is.
Yeah.
If you've been watching YouTubers, watching other people eat is a huge part.
I love the fact that you keep saying that we're doing YouTube when we're on Facebook Live. I'm sure Facebook would love that.
Oh yeah. Facebook,
Sorry, Facebook, you are not the dominant video platform.
No, definitely not.
You can also tell that we're old because we're not doing this on TikTok.
That's also true.
Hashtag, we are too old for the internet.
We're too old for TikTok. We're definitely
We
too
are
old for
way
TikTok.
too old for TikTok. We are old millennials, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely too old for TikTok. I feel like it's starting to taste sweeter now.
I can't tell.
Has it dissolved all the way for you?
No.
Me neither. Okay, so we're still waiting for it to dissolve. So I decided to do this for Valentine's Day for two reasons.
Because I suggested it.
What? You did not suggest
I
it.
did. I did, in fact, suggest that we do this, that we like live
Oh, that we
stream
live stream it. Yeah. Okay, Paul suggested that we live stream it. I was the one who suggested the Miracle Berry as our Valentine's Day thing this year. First of all, everyone has had delicious takeout food throughout COVID, so that's not cool anymore.
Yeah.
We could technically try to go to a restaurant on Valentine's Day or Valentine's Day weekend, but like, who really wants to try? Especially since restaurants just got reopened here. We like food. Food's cool. And we also really love trying new things. And this is the coolest way to try everything old and make it new again. And the other thing that I think is really cool about this is it's like making sour things sweet. Just like seems like a cool Valentine's Day idea.
How philosophical of you.
The philosophical, yeah. Of course there's a philosophical aspect to this. I'm doing it. I philosophize everything. There's still like half a
I'm pretty
tablet
sure that's
left.
not a word.
Philosophize?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. We're looking this up later. Feel free to comment if philosophize is a word or not. first opinion to try. All right, so while we're waiting for this to go, well, obviously we have something in our mouths, so we're not going to talk so great. I feel like my saliva is going and going. Yeah, so there are 35 different things here that we're going to try today. Only a few of them were things that I went out and got specially, so most of them are pretty household food. And some of the things I went out and got specially are household foods that other people always have around the house, like like cream cheese, for example. Doesn't discolor your tongue, hey? It's gone for you? Okay, I'm still...
Are you still burying?
Still working on mine. Okay, you talk for a bit, and I'm gonna...
What should I talk about?
Great YouTuber you're gonna be! Why don't you list off everything we're gonna try today?
All right. So we have multiple different kinds of vinegar that we're going to be looking at. Plain white vinegar, balsamic, apple cider, and red wine vinegar. We also have malt vinegar, but we're not going to try that because that wasn't one of the little cups they listed out. But there's only so many different kinds of vinegar. I strongly suspect that they're all going to taste pretty much the same, to be quite honest. Then we have soy sauce. So I suspect that it will continue to be salty. Chipotle ranch salad dressing.
So chipotle peppers is the thing we're trying to try here. It's the chipotle like tanginess.
Yeah, it was the heat that we were looking for.
That's the heat we were looking for, yeah.
Then plain yogurt. Should be relatively flavorless. Sour cream, some cream cheese, a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mustard, barbecue sauce. We have some grapefruit flavored sparkling water, because grapefruit's apparently one of the flavors that's most affected. And then orange juice.
This is really
pomegranate
crappy.
Juice would be preferable in terms of the amount that the flavor would change, but we didn't go and buy any. So
yeah, and this is a really crappy, cheap orange juice, which means it's very sour as compared to like a really nice, delicious, like expensive orange juice. So that will hopefully make it a little bit more like that experience.
You realize that orange juices are all like designed to have different flavors by the same people that make perfumes and stuffs.
I know, but I'm saying like this orange juice, some orange juices have added sugar for one thing. This has no added sugar. And also, this is not a designer orange juice. This orange juice is as yellow as the yellow label on the carton we poured it from. This
I
is
strongly
no-name
suspect
orange juice.
that it is still standardized in some way.
Probably.
Are you still working on your berry?
I am crazy enough. I don't know why mine's not taking so long.
You have an inefficient tongue.
Thanks. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me on Valentine's Day. Okay, so...
That is not true. I just want to point it out. That's not true.
I could have said that's what she said instead. All right, continue.
Our nieces and nephews could be watching this.
Well, if you make a big deal out of it, then they might notice and ask why. Continue on this one.
So I haven't quite finished this one yet. We also have some sauerkraut, some ginger, some sour candies, a little bit of chocolate. And then over here we switch into more food as opposed to condiments. We have some pickles, some dried cranberries, a variety of citrus fruits. So we have lemon, we have lime, we have orange juice. Not orange juice. We have oranges, small navel oranges. Got some small tomatoes here. We've got two different kinds of olives, Spanish Queen and Kalamata, or Greek olives. We've got a Granny Smith apple, some strawberries, some celery, red onion, watermelon, some grapefruit, pineapple, and finally some potato chips, salt and vinegar flavor.
All right. And on this side, we have regular Earl Grey tea, jasmine green tea, and something we both really hate.
Coffee.
We're not looking forward to coffee. Gross.
But supposedly it will taste different. Maybe we'll like it. Maybe it will just taste a different kind of bad than coffee usually tastes.
All right. It is 2:15 p.m. and I've dissolved this thing on my tongue. Let's go. Vinegar.
All right. We should probably actually pour water in these.
You're right. We should steep the tea.
At some point.
I'm going to steep the tea. And you can hand
and you recently...
Coffee. That's going to be so gross.
You recently boiled that, right?
Yep. Yeah, I just boiled it right before we started.
Hot water.
All right, and preparation phase officially complete.
All right, so here we have plain vinegar.
Plain vinegar. Cheers.
Cheers.
We can't cheers every time. It's still vinegar, but it does taste
It's
different.
like a bright citrus tang.
Yeah.
Sweet and sour is what I'm getting. Sweet and sour, bright citrus tang, really strong flavor.
I'm not drinking as much next time. Oh.
All right, so here we have the balsamic vinegar.
Okay. Less to drink this time. Yeah, definitely drink some water after that vinegar. Oh, that was something. Still vinegar.
Like I suspected, tastes almost identical.
It's got more sweetness.
You think so?
It's got more sweetness and a little bit of the body. It feels like it has more body, but otherwise it's fine. Even if it has liquid in it, you can drop it in here. I've got some stuff in there too.
Okay.
So don't worry about
This is not one of these that's gonna empty at the bottom, right?
it. No.
All right, apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar. Not much nicer than the others.
Yeah, this is much milder. Tastes a lot like apple juice.
It's like apple juice with a bunch of tang
Apple juice, if you dropped a whole bunch of lemon juice into it, maybe.
and sugar. Like I'm definitely there's definitely.
Well,
sugary
sugar. I
flavor.
mean, apple juice is usually sweet.
Yeah, apple juice. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
All right, we have the last vinegar that we have
Okay.
trying today.
Then we're
This
gonna have
is
some water to
red
get
wine
this
vinegar.
Ooh. Okay. Vinegar. Tastes like salad dressing because almost all salad dressing is red wine vinegar and has tons of sugar in it.
That's strong. That's
Sorry.
very strong. Oh my goodness.
That's why we started with these. The worst is going to be over as soon as we're done these guys.
Wow.
Oh.
I think that different parts of my tongue have been more or less affected by the berry too. Mm-hmm. So like at the back of my throat, tastes a lot different than at the front of my throat, of my tongue.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely true.
Yeah.
But this is the nicest of the vinegars.
Apple cider was my favorite.
Apple cider's your favorite? Okay, I think
Yeah.
this is the nicest of the vinegars for me. But then I love salad dressings, so.
She likes a lot of vinegar in her salad dressings.
I like vinegar in general. I'm enjoying this way more
Yeah.
than you.
No, at the tip
But
of
it
my
is-
tongue, it tastes quite mild.
Straight vinegar.
I think that's part of the problem.
Okay.
Soy
Yeah.
sauce.
Water. Palate cleanser. I'm going to get as much of that vinegar on my tongue as I can. All right.
Okay.
I just wanted to point out that there is a dog cameo happening down here. Managed to get him.
She was very proud of the fact
And it
that
looks
she
like
managed.
his nose is in my water glass, actually, right now. But yeah, I managed to get a dog cameo, and I was very proud. Dog tax on the internet. Okay, this is soy sauce. Again, we probably shouldn't drink too much of this because it's very salty. There is something very different than soy sauce tasting about this.
It just tastes like we dumped a lot of sugar in it to me. Tastes like soy sauce with a lot of sugar dumped in it.
There's one of the flavors of soy sauce. Because soy sauce has several different flavors in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the umami flavor that's actually coming out. Yeah, it is. One of the things I remember reading about these berries is that they bring out umami flavor and stuff. And I can really taste the umami flavor in this. So there you go. Interesting.
Yay.
All right, next.
Okay. Now we're moving on to something that she
That I
actually
love.
likes.
And yeah, right. You need this.
So this is Chipotle Ranch salad dressing. Doing it for the spicy
Doing it
factor.
for the spicy factor. Because this is pretty spicy salad dressing.
It actually doesn't taste spicy at all to me.
All the spice is gone. That is weird.
Tastes like cream.
Well, I can taste kind of the flavor of the pepper, but I don't taste spicy anymore.
Yeah, it's a mild flavor. Not spicy.
There's like in Chipotle peppers, there's like a kind of a dark back of the mouth kind of flavor, and I still get that. Like it still tastes like the pepper, but it doesn't taste like Chipotle. Like there's not even any tang of, like, you know how normally you have the tang on your tongue from a hot pepper?
Mm-hmm.
I can't feel that at all. Can you?
No.
No, it's gone. There's no heat at all. That's bizarre. So just take buy yourself some Miracle Berry tablets if you have, a spouse who likes spice more than you or something. Okay, we got yogurt here, hey?
So this is plain yogurt.
I'm gonna switch my. Well, I'll just. Okay.
Honestly, this tastes exactly the same to me. What do you think?
The vanilla is the same, but there's that back tang of yogurt. It's gone. Like, it doesn't taste like yogurt anymore. It tastes like vanilla ice cream now.
It tastes exactly the same to me.
It's one of the least changed of the things we've tried. 100%. Okay. Let's go to the rest of the liquids on this side, and then we'll do the
liquids. All
yeah.
right. So we have orange juice.
Okay. Cheers. Yeah, so this orange juice is normally sour as all heck, and this tastes
sweet.
Delicious.
It tastes like they've added a ton of sugar.
Yeah.
The acidity is toned down.
What acid? You mean there's acid in this?
Yeah, that doesn't taste like there's acid in this at all.
No.
Maybe just
like the tiniest bit, but like this tastes like I took orange juice and then I added probably 5 teaspoons of sugar in a glass and stirred it up and then drank it. It's way sweeter. This is one of the most changed ones so far.
Definitely. So this is a grapefruit flavored sparkling water.
Yeah, there's no sugar in this. It's just
no
water.
Yeah.
It's sparkling water and grapefruit.
It's usually pretty strong and sour.
I can still taste a lot of orange juice.
Good point. Can we wash it off our tongue if we drink too much water? Is that not how it works?
No, the chemical. It's a chemical reaction that lasts for about half an hour. So the water won't change it. Neither will any of these things. Right?
Okay.
Okay, let's try this stuff. This is the only carbonated thing we have.
Pretty bland.
It is grapefruit sparkling water. What were you expecting?
Well, like again, like that kind of tang, that like bright citrusy, like grapefruit note. It's like gone.
It's gone. Yeah, but I can taste some of the other flavor of a grapefruit in here.
Oh, I'm curious to see how
I want to try the actual grapefruit. Yeah.
Tastes. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We're done. The liquids proper.
We're done liquids proper.
We're going into more
sauces.
Sauces. Yeah.
My stomach.
I was going to say colloids.
Now, my tongue may think that all of this stuff is great, but my stomach has definitely noticed that all I've eaten in the last 5 minutes is acid. It's not super happy
the same.
With me.
My stomach.
The fruits and vegetables will help with that, I'm sure, but my stomach is not happy with me right now.
So this is barbecue sauce. It's a hickory smoke barbecue sauce.
Ooh, that's overwhelmingly sweet.
Ooh. So I can still smell all the smoke.
Yeah. The smoke still tastes smoky.
Just tastes even sweeter. I mean, barbecue sauce normally has a ton of sugar in it.
Yeah.
But
this is sweeter. Like, woo, so much sweetness.
It doesn't taste that different. Just a sweeter version of itself.
Just a sweeter version of itself. Yeah, that I don't taste. It hasn't changed the smoke. It hasn't changed some of the other things. All right, mustard. This I'm very curious about because mustard is very hot. Mustard is one of Paul's favorite foods.
Seems like a terrible plan to me. Like, yes, mustard is a great food on things.
Straight vinegar isn't great either. So
that's true.
We've done the worst already.
This is a Dijon mustard. It's pretty spicy.
This one I can still catch the spice on.
Whew. It's still really spicy.
But it tastes different.
Definitely sweeter.
I'm tasting different notes of the mustard in it, right?
Yeah, tastes like horseradish. It's that strong.
You're right.
The horseradish flavor in the mustard is really what's coming through. It's coming up your nose, right? It's that strong smell, strong flavor.
Yeah. It's delicious. I like it. I like it just as much as the original mustard, but it is different.
I like it better than the original mustard.
Really? You like this with the berry better than the mustard itself? But you don't like Dijon mustard.
I'm not usually.
Oh,
a huge
okay.
Dijon
So
mustard
that
fan.
I was thinking that this for a second I thought we were only talking about your mustard, but this
No.
is the Dijon mustard. So I like Dijon, but Paul doesn't.
Dijon mustard.
All right, ketchup, which is just vinegar with tomatoes.
My stomach is starting to rebel at what.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going
I'm really looking forward to. We're starting to get to the nicer things though. Some of this
for.
stuff is
Yeah.
yeah,
course we
like
are.
ginger and
Yeah.
pickles.
Ketchup. This is ketchup. When did we put the berries in our mouths? By the way, we've got.
We got 15 more minutes.
Got
We actually
15
were
minutes?
perfectly on time. We're doing good.
This is normal ketchup.
Oh, that is sweet, sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
Again, just like you dumped a ton of sugar into the
Yeah.
ketchup.
So again, ketchup, usually food that does actually have a ton of sugar in it. It is normally sweet, and now it tastes almost like candy.
Like,
Tomato,
it tastes
tomato
like candy. Tomato candy. This is tomato candy. It's delicious.
It's not delicious.
Paul doesn't like things overly sweet, so I'm not surprised that he disagrees. Okay, cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Let's give this a shot. Oh, I like that mine still has like that beautiful container like pattern on the outside.
Yeah, mine does too. So normally a tasty but bland food. So you may be wondering why cream cheese. Well, the internet has said that it can make just normal cream cheese taste like a cheesecake, even though there's no actual sugar added to it.
It does kind of taste like cheesecake. Like, not all the way, but it's definitely closer to cheesecake than cream cheese. You don't think so?
No, I'm not getting enough sweetness to be cheesecake.
I'm putting this aside to eat the rest of it after. Okay. Well, because it's my favorite flavor of everything we've tried so far. All right, sour cream time.
Okay.
Sour cream it is. Yeah, actually, I have quite a bit of that flavor in my mouth.
So this would normally be something that I dislike. I'm
Yeah,
not a
Paul
cream
hates sour
cheese.
cream. I love sour cream. It's one of my favorite things.
Okay.
Oh, that is different.
So this is transformed sour cream into sweet and sour cream.
I really like it. Like, I like it more than I expected to. Paul doesn't like it, does he?
No.
No, he still doesn't like it. Well, no accounting for taste.
All right.
Sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut.
Nice. This is the cabbage with all of the vinegar in it.
Pickled cabbage. So again, would expect this to taste sweeter.
Very, very different than regular sauerkraut. Like candied cabbage.
So again, that sour note is gone. Or muted, at least. Muted.
I like it.
It's interesting because it still smells sour in my nose.
Yeah, it still smells like sauerkraut, but it doesn't taste like sauerkraut.
That's
weird.
There's this weird distance. In fact, like this whole thing, like it smells disgusting.
Oh,
it's
yeah, this
really
whole-
weird.
Don't
like,
even
to have all
don't
these
smell it.
smells
Bad idea.
here. Yeah.
Right. Well, that was fascinating. Right. Ginger, which we're not going to swallow. I think we should probably just like put it on our tongues and then take it off again because you got us some big chunks of ginger.
Well, you should have seen the chunks of ginger I originally cut, and I pared them down.
All right. Ready? Ginger cheers.
Cheers.
Still hot.
Yeah.
Can definitely feel the heat.
It's a really slow burn.
I can't taste ginger. I just taste hot.
Yeah, it's eventually turned ginger into hot sauce.
Weird.
Again, it's a similar kind of heat to what you get with horseradish. The funny thing is that other than that heat, it's completely bland.
Yeah, there's no flavor. Like, ginger flavor is gone. There's no ginger here. That is weird. All right. Palate cleanser. All right, we're just about done panel 1.
So this is sour candies.
Sour candies. I wasn't sure which which one do we want to, I think this is cherry and we don't have any cherries.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's cherry. It might be.
It might be orange.
It might, no, there was an orange one. This is the red one. So that's why I think it's cherry.
Okay.
That's cherry. Still sour. These are supposed to be like super, super sour candy. So it's actually sour enough for the sour to get through.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just going to spit the rest out because otherwise it's going to wreck my rest of my flavor testing. It's just going to get everywhere.
I'm gonna save these for later.
Yeah, I know. I'm putting mine aside too.
All right.
Okay. I hate chocolate, and believe it or not, I'm also ridiculously allergic to chocolate.
Are you gonna try like a taste?
I'm not. I might try just the tiniest bit of chocolate.
Teeniest bit of chocolate.
That's not even the teeniest bit of chocolate. I'm just gonna like put just enough of it on my tongue. I'm not allergic enough to it for it to like send me into anaphylaxis or anything. I just think it's disgusting. But this is dark chocolate.
Yeah.
This is the no sugar added dollar,
It
dark
totally
chocolate.
has sugar added. All chocolate has sugar added.
Right, but I mean it's not like
This is not milk chocolate. This is dark chocolate.
still chocolate. Oh. It's so gross. Why do people love this stuff?
Basically, it tastes a little bit sweeter than it otherwise would. Like this is basically baking chocolate.
Yeah.
It's really low quality. It's super chalky. But it basically just tastes sweeter. That's it.
All
Really.
chocolate is low quality and has a weird texture.
It has a unique texture. Yes, that is a true fact. True facts about chocolate. I'm gonna keep this. For
Yeah,
you.
Paul's just piling up the candy on the side. All right, we're gonna speed through a bunch of fruits and vegetables and stuff here.
Now, hopefully, we can actually get through this. I don't.
We have more tablets. If we need to take another set and do another, we can, but we probably won't need to.
You don't think so?
We have another 12 minutes.
Does your tongue feel any different? Because originally my tongue felt different, and now it doesn't feel different at all.
I don't think I can answer that question honestly. I don't know. I did not judge the feeling of how my tongue felt.
All right. Why don't you guide us through our fruit and vegetable panel?
Okay, fruit and vegetable panel. Let's start at the top here with pickles.
So these are zesty garlic pickles. Is the type
Zesty
of pickle
garlic
we
pickles.
have today
Okay. Pickle for you.
for your
pickle for
pickling
me.
pleasure.
Oh, you mean bread and butter pickles?
Mm-hmm.
Because these have turned into bread and butter pickles.
So these are now super sweet. They taste just like bread and butter.
Well, clearly the berries are still working. Because
Yeah.
that is not the pickle that I thought that was.
Also, virtually no garlic. The garlic.
There's the
I
tiniest
can
bit of
smell the
I
garlic,
can smell it, and that's why I'm tasting it.
but
the garlic is gone.
almost no
Yeah, we
taste
didn't
of garlic.
try garlic because I knew you were going to do the garlic pickles, so I figured that would be fascinating. All right, I'll just make a little pile of these over here. Okay, second is olives, and Paul actually, I didn't know we had two kinds. I didn't think about having two kinds of olives, but we have two kinds of olives to try. You said Kalamata and whatever the green ones are. Let's try the Kalamatas first. Ooh. They taste different.
Tastes almost the same to me.
There are different notes of olive that I'm getting than when I normally eat them. But they don't taste. They taste different, but they don't taste radically different like some of the things we've tried.
And these olives are already a little bit sweet. Usually, they taste nice. They just of all the things probably the best.
Yeah, they taste lovely.
They taste lovely.
There's nothing wrong with them. Okay, green olives.
So this is a traditional green Spanish olive.
Spanish olives. There we go. That's the color.
No pimento. Pimentos are evil. Don't eat them.
Also delicious. Just brings out some of the different flavors in it. I definitely like the olives with the berry better than I usually. I'm not usually as big a fan of the Spanish olives. I like this. This is
These
tasty.
are usually a little more sour. They're nice. They're meaty. They're good.
Yep. All right. Let's move on to salt and vinegar chips. So these are one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, and one of Paul's least favorite things.
I don't like them. I don't know if they're my least favorite.
All right. I have found a small chip.
So these are Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar kettle chips.
It takes up. Wait a second. Olive? Do you still have olive in your
I
mouth?
still have olive.
I have a lot
That's
of
a
olive in
good,
my
that's a
mouth.
good point.
Okay, let's try this. Oh, that is bizarre. It's literally like you just dumped a bunch of sugar on it.
Mm-hmm.
Pour some sugar on chips and then eat them. That's what this is like.
This again, I can tell that the berry is working. I was like, is it working? Not sure. Loving this, like,
The
yeah, it's
berry is
working.
working.
It is working. Because normally I'd be like, ooh, vinegar. Why is there so much vinegar on this? And now I'm like, oh, it's sweet and salty. It has transformed it from a crunchy, sweet and sour snack again to a crunchy, sweet and sugary snack.
And again, really love it. It's delicious. Wow. Okay. Cranberries.
All right.
So these are just dried cranberries. Of course, dried cranberries are quite sweet already, often.
Mm-hmm. So we don't. These may taste quite bland.
These
We
may
don't
taste
know.
bland. Oh, it's really hard to tell what they'll taste like. It tastes like candied cranberries.
They're already so sweet. It's hard for me to really tell the difference.
A lot of the cranberry flavors are really brought out in relief, though. Like, I feel like I can really taste a lot of the different aspects of
I
cranberry.
feel like it's actually the exact opposite. I feel like the
Oh.
cranberry flavor is really muted, and I'm really just getting sugar.
Sweetness. No, I'm tasting lots of different interesting cranberry flavors. Fascinating. All right.
No, excuse me, that belch was in my stomach saying, do you have any idea what you are doing to me right now?
Okay. Ooh, the light has come. I am.
Yeah.
My arm is just lit up.
Sunshine on her shoulder.
Makes me very white. Very, very, very white. I guess we've lost our dog companion
Yeah.
as well. Oh, that's too bad. All right. Granny Smith apples.
So the Granny Smith apple, of course, traditional baking apple, a little bit more tart.
Apple cheers.
Apple cheers. Ooh, super sweet. Super duper sweet. Like a saccharine kind of sweetness.
Okay, this is going to sound really weird.
Mm-hmm.
This tastes like onion to me a little bit now.
Yeah, that's right. You're weird.
No, it tastes like a really sweet red onion.
Well, we actually are going to try red onion in a few minutes, so we'll have to see how that compares.
I keep eating it because it's so strange.
It just tastes sweet. Like it tastes like artificial sweetener. Like, it doesn't even taste real. It's that, like, very saccharine kind of sweetness.
It doesn't taste like that at all to me. I'm tasting all kinds of different parts of the apple, but it tastes really different.
So
That's one of the most bizarre taste experiences ever. Like, I don't know what to do with that. I need that nose for this process. All right, pineapple.
So,
this is canned pineapple.
Yeah.
And it was frozen, and it is now not anymore. Ooh, unbearably sweet. There's still something of pineapple in that. Barely, though.
That tanginess, very muted. Mm-hmm. Again, that, like, the acidity is, like, really muted.
Yep.
So I'd say one of the most consistent experiences that I'm having throughout this is that if there's acid in something, there's citrus, it's going to mute it to the point where you can drink vinegar without puking.
Yeah.
And it tastes kind of like lemon juice.
And speaking of lemons...
Are we doing lemons next? Okay.
Lemons are next.
I'm going to get myself some more water.
Yeah, I'm running out too here. It is water refill time. Alright, lemons. Oh, this is a big, big, juicy lemon. Oh, can't taste it. We're just about to, like... Nope, can't do it. Gotta wait. Alright, lemons.
Okay, here we go. Oh! Super sour.
Still lemon. I'm getting lemonade out of this. Like, a really sour lemon with sugar in it. Like, lemonade.
I can taste some sugar, but that sour lemon flavor is definitely the main thing.
It does, like I'm saying, it tastes like lemonade. It's not like some of them where it's taken away all of their flavors.
Does not taste like lemonade to me?
To me, it tastes like lemonade.
Well, like lemonade before you put the sugar in. It basically tastes like lemon.
Really? You're not getting sugar out of it?
Like a little bit. Like.
Oh. Okay, I got a bigger. Got a bigger hit of the... This is a really sour lemon.
It's really old. It's been on the counter forever. These are the lemons that we have to make the Greek food with, so bear that in mind when you're using them.
So I should use half as much lemon, you're saying? And maybe a little sugar.
I don't.
Okay. I drank straight vinegar. That was better than this lemon.
All right.
Limes.
Limes. Okay, we're gonna do the whole citrus.
We're doing the whole citrus
gamut.
gamut.
The whole citrus gamut here.
Limes
okay.
now.
Lime. Going to be limeys. Interesting note. If you actually want to prevent scurvy, you are better off using lemons than limes. What?
Now you sound like a YouTuber. Oh, also. So strong. This has got a lot of bitterness, and the bitterness is not gone.
I'm not getting a ton of bitterness. I'm getting sourness.
Yeah, I'm tasting sour.
I'm tasting so much sour.
Oh. Whereas, like, I had sour cream, and there was very little sour left.
So this is, like, making me wonder, is the berry wearing off? Is that what's going on here?
We keep saying that, but then we try something else, and we're like, no, the berry's not wearing off. Okay, you know how we'll know if the berry's not wearing off?
Yeah.
If we try the chips again.
That's a good point.
Because that was very pronounced. That's why I kept them around.
This tastes more like a salt and vinegar potato chip to me.
Okay. Do we need
I
to
think that my berry might be wearing off.
Oh yeah, your berry was on a little earlier than mine, wasn't it? Okay, break for new berries then.
Berry break.
like
body break.
Berry break.
Like we said, we're old millennials.
Oh my gosh! If you guys don't know what body break is, it just means that you're not old enough to have watched TV in the 90s. Some of you were born in the 90s. All right, new berries. I thought this might happen. All right, berry for you, berry for me. Berry cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. So, interesting note about limes and scurvy.
Please continue. Weirdo.
So this was actually something that was discovered, like the idea that fresh fruits and vegetables would help with scurvy is something that was first proposed well over 100 years before it was actually adapted by the British Empire. So it's one of those things that, like, somebody suggested it, they're like, no, that's crazy, isn't how it's going to work. Then 100 years later, someone else was like, oh, maybe it's this. And I tried it and it worked. It never worked very well, part because limes actually aren't a great source of vitamin C. You want something, if you want a citrus fruit high in vitamin C, you actually want something that's orange, right? You want an orange, you want a lemon. They're actually much higher in vitamin C.
Do you think we should try lemons and limes again?
After we're done this, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. While this is going, I'm going to go get us a little bit more lemon and lime. I'll be right back. Besides, you don't want to see me, like, completely lit up anyway.
The other thing that is interesting about the lime is that its juice is so acidic, it makes it really hard to store. Because once that chemical reaction happens, you don't have the vitamin C there anymore. And so after some time at sea, your lemons that you had, often lemon juice again as opposed to actual lemons, it had interacted and corroded with the tin containers they were in, metal containers, and they weren't as effective anymore. Fascinatingly, they never needed to have these fancy citrus fruits at all, because of course people who live in England don't get scurvy, and lemons and limes do not grow in England. But what does grow in England is onions. Onions are an excellent source of vitamin C.
And on that note, I am returning to restock lemons and limes. And that's it, right? Lemons and limes. Yeah, that brings us back to the beginning of
Getting back to the beginning
questionable
of citrus.
things. Questionable
Beginning of
flavors.
citrus.
I'm also going to reboil our water and add something because these are getting cold. Okay, so.
All right, and now you know something.
I'm trying to think if there's any facts that I know about other fruits and vegetables.
Vegetable fact.
Fruit and vegetable fact, tomatoes are fruit, which most people know already.
However, legally classified as a vegetable in many areas for trade law purposes.
This is true. Yep.
Also, people used to think that some people in America in the early colonial days used to think that tomatoes were poisonous.
Oh yeah, because tomato vines are technically poisonous. So
They are a member of the nightshade family.
Tomatoes and potatoes, if you eat their vines, you can poison yourself. It's kind of crazy. I feel like I'm very bright here. I can't really do anything about it because we never put down the kitchen shutters and they're broken anyway. But
Yeah. My wife is so shiny.
everything is in beautiful, beautiful colors here.
Yeah, that's why you chose the translucent dishes.
Yeah, they're pretty colored dishes. Yeah, so we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. We just have 12 more things to try.
Okay.
But we have another set of berries, so we could try some other things. Like the other things.
This is a lot.
Paul doesn't want to try more things.
I know my stomach. At some point, my stomach may explosively rebel. That would be my greatest fear.
Yeah, my stomach is definitely still eating all of the things that we're eating. My tongue is like, ooh, this is interesting, and my stomach is like, this is not interesting. This is a bad idea. All right, so the water is reboiling here. Yeah, the chips are a good a test, hey? Is yours been Yours is
Almost.
dissolved already?
Almost.
I don't know why mine takes so long. I'm going to chew mine a little bit.
Did you test the audio before we started this?
No, but people have been watching and no one has commented that they can't hear us.
And there are actually people watching this.
Yeah, you can see the little watching. There's someone watching right now. Comment and tell us who you are. Someone's been watching at least the whole time.
We have one viewer.
Right now we have one viewer. We've had up to 4. So, thanks for everyone who's tuning in now. I'm sure some people will be watching this later. Like, it's the middle of a day on a Sunday. People are probably doing fun things. It's also Family Day weekend, isn't it?
Family Day weekend. So cheers to families. It's Valentine's Day. Cheers to Saint Valentine, heroic defender of marriage.
Alrighty.
Which church is his relic in?
I don't know which church his relic is in. It's an interesting question. Alright.
I'm going to try lemons and limes again with a fresh set of berries.
Yeah.
See if they taste any different.
Yep, alright. Fresh set of berries. Right off the hop. Lemons.
Lemon hop.
And this is the same lemon. This is the same
The
lime.
exact same lemon.
Exact same lemon, exact same lime. So we are actually testing it. I'm not excited about this. This lemon was awful the first time. That is definitely different. Oh my goodness. That is lemonade. Like, the other one was lemonade that was not very good. This is like the best kind of lemonade.
Oh. I don't know. I'm still getting a lot of sour, but now I'm also getting a lot of sweet.
That's why I'm saying lemonade. That is literally, you just described lemonade.
If you toned up the sour, I guess. Yeah, so
Yeah,
really, it's lemonade with not a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah. The way I typically like it. I don't like my lemonade super, super sugary. Right.
Okay.
Limes.
Limes.
Cheers. Oh, still a terrible lime. Cool.
Oh, now I'm getting that bitterness you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. This
So
this
bitter.
lime has a significant bitter quality.
This is not a good lime.
This is a really awful lime.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Super bitter.
It's awful. If it were a good lime and it didn't have all that bitterness, though, I think this would be a very nice experience.
We've reached the time of day at which both of us look completely washed out on this video.
Yeah, because the light is... Well, hey, we can't complain that it's sunny today. It's
That's
nice
right.
to have the sun.
This is the middle of February, and we can see the sun. That is good.
All right.
Okay.
Limes, that was definitely different, though.
Yeah.
Like, the berries are back full force.
Oh, look, it's our grandmother.
Oh!
Hi, Granny.
Hey!
Hey, grapefruit.
All right. Grapefruit it is. Paul hates grapefruit. I sometimes like grapefruit, but it's a mood food for me. I have no idea how I'm going to feel about this. It smells like a normal grapefruit. Oh, that is delicious.
It is like a super, super sweet orange, maybe.
This is the best grapefruit tasting experience I've ever had in my life.
I'm still getting the grapefruit flavor,
If
but without like the bitterness, and sourness.
without the sourness. Like, if this was how grapefruit actually tasted, I would be eating it every day for breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic. I just want to keep eating it. Oh my goodness. It's so good.
This is the new winner for like best taste.
It's going in my pile. I've got like
You've got a winner's pile.
got a winner pile going on here.
Okay. Okay,
Welcome. We've got another viewer. Tell us who you are in the comments. Want to know who
we
we're
have
talking
a last of the citrus fruits.
to. Is the orange.
The orange. So this is just a plain navel orange.
Just an orange. Yep.
Very small one.
Yep. Again, if all oranges tasted like this, I'd be eating them all the time.
Yeah,
This
it
is
is.
fabulous.
It's like an orange made of sugar. Mm-hmm. Again, like a really like saccharine sweet kind of sugar, like icing sugar. Mm.
Yeah, it's like you ate an orange covered in icing sugar.
Yeah.
Wow, I love it. It's super tasty. Grapefruit is better. Like, this still tastes like an orange, and if you get a really super overripe orange, you could get one that tastes almost like that. The grapefruit is still way more different. I've heard that this will make strawberries taste a little bit like strawberries and cream.
Okay.
So that's what we're testing.
So that's what we're testing here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strawberry.
We each have half of the same strawberry.
Boop. Oh, look, 3 viewers.
That is good. That is really good.
This is fabulous.
So again, it is made this February strawberry. Normally not very good. Tastes
Crappy February strawberry.
Tastes like the best, like fresh picked,
Most
peak
incredible
of the season
peak
strawberry.
of the season strawberry that you've ever had in your life. It's ridiculous.
Mainly because it tastes like it's covered in icing sugar.
Oh, so
Like
tasty.
really, really sweet.
So the story behind this berry is that in West Africa, some white people were discovering this new tribe, and they were always eating these berries, and they would use them to change the taste of their food. So they had like really crappy food, and so there was some other things that they were eating that were like sour or bitter, and they would eat these berries with them to change the taste of the food.
Which
And
makes sense because they're just like a
course you would.
condiment for these people. It's
Yeah,
just like,
it was their
You can
condiment.
put pepper on things, you put salt on things. It's like if you have these berries, you're just like, hey, you know what this needs? It needs some miracle berries.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, watermelon cheers.
Cheers.
Watermelon. I have no idea what this will be like.
Tastes like a watermelon, quite honestly.
Yep, least changed of everything we've ever eaten.
Yep.
But I also don't know what this watermelon tasted like before.
I did try some of this watermelon before.
Okay.
It tastes almost identical.
Okay.
So like, teeny bit sweeter. Teeny tiny bit. That's it.
All right.
All right, we're on to
Vegetables.
the vegetables.
There are
Starting
3.
with the one that's technically a fruit, the tomato.
The tomato. Also, I was very excited because I found this adorable little tomato that looks like a person, and I'm going to bite his head off. Tomato cheers.
My wife, everyone.
That is so much sweeter.
That's weird.
That is so different.
Weird. It's so different. So it's super sweet.
Hi, Tessa.
No sourness. No sourness at all.
That is bizarre. These little tomatoes are crappy little tomatoes too. Like, these are not
Again,
good.
like it's the middle of February. They're out of season.
Yeah.
They normally taste like a little sour, a little off. This tastes sweet, and again, like that almost like artificial sweetness to me. Like it doesn't really taste like a sweet tomato in summertime. It tastes like a tomato that you dumped sugar on.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fascinating. Like I like it because if I dumped sugar on it, I'd taste mostly sugar, and I wouldn't taste the tomato anymore. But I taste the tomato.
Yeah, it's like the sugar is in the tomato, right? Because the more tomato you eat, the more of the sugar you get.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, Melissa, totally enter. Your kids would love to get this. You guys get the rest of our berries.
Yeah, there's 6 berries
there's
left.
There's gonna be 6 berries left, so there's lots to go around. All right. Celery.
Cheers.
Celery cheers. That is the weirdest cheers of the cheers we've done so far. Celery cheers. So celery usually has a bit of a bitterness to it, right?
Yeah.
Honestly,
this really tastes like a really good piece of celery.
Yeah. Did you taste this celery before?
No.
Okay, so I don't have a control group for this celery, but this tastes like excellent, perfect, in season, farmer's market level celery.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't taste like it's coated in icing sugar, using the analogy I've been using for almost everything. It just tastes pretty normal. Tastes like a good piece of celery.
Yeah. Like an excellent, but like a truly excellent celery. Like I would never describe celery as truly excellent. Celery is celery, except for the celery I just ate. That
Celery can be bad.
Celery can be bad, but this was...
You can get like some like bitter celery.
Yeah. All right, this is the onion, the red onion.
So this is a raw red onion.
Raw red onion. I'm going to eat very little of this because, again, basically allergic to onions, which sucks. Oh, yeah. Didn't really taste the celery still.
It's not allergic to onions. Your stomach just hates them.
Yeah, I have a stomach insensitivity to onions. Red onions are the least worst. That is the strangest thing. It still tastes... I still taste, like, part of the onion.
Yeah. I can, like... It's coming through my nose. Which is, like, the interesting thing that happened with, like...
It smells exactly like an onion.
With the ginger and with the mustard, I had those really strong, sharp notes that came like through my sinuses and up into my nose.
Yeah.
And I'm getting that.
Yeah.
Where it didn't taste like a normal onion, but now the smell is really overpowering.
Mm-hmm. It is strange.
I'm getting that. I'm getting little notes of that strong, sharp onion flavor around the edge of my tongue. Probably just places that haven't quite been coated by the berry.
Yeah.
But
I'm so thoughtful about this. Like, you're doing a better job of explaining it than I am, but it tastes different, like so different. There's notes of onion that I feel like I've never noticed before that I'm tasting right now. There's a particular onion flavor that is, to me, the true essence of what an onion is, besides the sharp hotness, that I can really taste.
I don't feel that way.
Okay.
I feel like I'm mainly getting the sharp hotness, just muted.
This is one of the most fascinating ones I've tried, though. It's really, really different. Okay, we are on to the liquids. I'm gonna top off. They've been sitting for a while, so I'm gonna try and.
It'll be a little cold, and the tea is now thoroughly oversteeped. So
that is the point.
It should all be bitter.
That is the idea.
Do we try the coffee first?
No, coffee's last.
What if the berries worn off? I feel like we need to take an extra berry.
No, we're gonna be fine. Okay, regular old tea.
Okay.
Regular. This is not regular tea. This is Earl Grey. Let's be specific. This is Earl Grey tea.
Earl
So
Grey.
this is tea with bergamot.
It's fine.
This is heavily oversteeped tea that does not taste heavily oversteeped. The bergamot hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Bergamot is that, and bergamot is so. It's important to note in this particular case that bergamot is another citrus fruit.
Flavor.
It's a citrus flavor.
Yeah. So it's a bergamot oil that's put into the tea, and that's what gives it that like light little citrusy note that Earl Grey has. Another fun fact: Patrick Stewart does not like Earl Grey tea at all.
Unlike his Star Trek character.
No, unlike his Star Trek character.
He is not a tea fan.
Apparently hates bergamot.
Interesting.
Yorkshire Gold, which is actually a lovely tea, we have it here, is his favorite.
Oh, cool. That's interesting. Yeah, I did this one because this is the tea we know the flavor of the best. Like, you and I are very familiar with Earl Grey.
It's smooth. It's not bitter.
It should be bitter because it's been sitting here for half an hour at the tea bag.
Tastes good. Tastes fine.
Tastes fine. It does taste a little bit like you've put a bit of sweetener in it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste like artificial sweetener the way some of the things we've tried did.
True.
Okay. Let's clear the palate and we'll try the jasmine green. I did jasmine green as a bit of a crossover to see if we could taste the different flavors.
So normally, again, this would taste basically like grass at this point because it's
Yeah.
been steeping forever.
And we did it with like full on boiling water. You're supposed to steep green tea at like 60 or 70
That's
degrees,
true.
not boiling.
This is badly made
This
green
is
tea.
very poorly made green tea, and that is how it's going to be. Oh, I can taste how long that's been in there.
Yeah, that's bitter. This is bitter, and that is gross. Not a fan.
There is nothing good about this.
Yeah, that is terrible.
That did not improve it whatsoever. It is sweet, bitter, gross green tea.
Yeah.
That did
Which is
not
why,
improve
this is why you
matters.
can't rescue badly prepared green tea
Oh.
just by adding sugar to it. You can't.
This is how you prepare green tea properly, in case you weren't aware. When you make green tea, you
You take the water to like 160, 170 degrees Fahrenheit, or like maybe 70 degrees Celsius.
yeah, about 70 degrees
And-
Celsius, about perfect.
You pour the water on the tea leaves or the tea bag. You steep for no more than 2 minutes. Maximum. A
minute is just fine.
Minute and a half, they'll be fine.
Yeah, and then
And then you take the tea leaves out.
yeah,
Let us. I want to check the verification.
you want to check the verification with
our testing.
Your testing. There's a test.
Berries are active. Our salt and vinegar chips taste like salt and sugar.
Melissa Appleton has posted, "Philosophize is in fact a word." Thank you, Melissa. We really appreciate your input.
Ooh.
All right. Last and certainly not least, but least, absolutely least among all the flavors in all the whole world that we know.
I'm actually more frightened about this than I was about the vinegar.
Yeah, we were more excited about drinking vinegar than drinking coffee.
This
We
is
hate
coffee.
coffee that much.
For those of you in the coffee world out there, this is bad coffee.
This is
instant coffee.
Maxwell House Instant.
This is
That's
this is
about
the coffee.
5 years old.
Yeah, this is the coffee that your mom drank when she was trying to deal with you when you were being a toddler.
This smells absolutely foul.
Oh, that is rank. That is like some decomposition.
I don't actually mind the smell of coffee as much as Paul does. This smells like bad, burnt, disgusting, end of the road Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah, this is like
That has been set on the counter,
What we're
left
gonna-
overnight, reheated in the microwave in its original paper cup,
yeah. So
and then drank.
like you smell this coffee and you're like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and solve some murder for this broad who just walked into my office. You know? This is like noir detective levels of coffee.
It is
Terrible.
It is absolutely disgustingly horrible.
All right.
And don't try to convert us. We will never love coffee.
Yeah.
Like there's no coffee. Everyone's like, you haven't tried X. I've tried. No. The only kind of coffee that I like is coffee that's barely coffee at all because it's been masked by so many different flavors. I think the only coffee that I ever liked when I was in university was the white chocolate mocha at Starbucks, which is 95% milk and sugar that happens to have coffee in it.
All right, let's do this. Small sips.
Oh,
You can do it.
I don't want to drink this.
Oh,
It's still coffee.
it's really bad. It's really, really bad.
It's so
Tyler.
terrible. This is exactly the sort of coffee that I would expect to have at a really awful function that no one really cares about, where you dump sugar in it to try and make it something decent.
No. I must say honestly, like this isn't that kind of coffee. This is the like noir detective kind of coffee. It's bad.
It's bad. Okay.
This is so bad.
This is absolutely
Not improved at all by the
This
berries.
is absolutely the worst.
Not improved by the berries.
Not even remotely.
No.
It's still horribly bitter. It
Yeah.
still, for some reason, tastes like coffee, which
True.
is the worst thing about it. And
Yes.
Yeah, gross. Just
So
gross.
I think that biggest differences were in the acids, right?
Yeah.
The acids tasted very different.
Anything that has a fermentation or acid was the most changed.
Well, the fermentation is caused by
Acids.
right? So,
Yeah. Okay, so most different. What was most different that we tried today? Sauerkraut
sauerkraut was really
was
different.
really different.
The vinegar was obviously very different.
Vinegar was really different. The sour cream and cream cheese, both really different. Of the things that made me just go, what the heck? Green apples. Totally weird. Like, lots of different things going on with green apples. And the onion. I just didn't quite know what to make of the onion. It was really different. What about you? What was most different?
Oh, it's hard to even remember. We've tried so many different
That's what these are
things.
for. We've got all of these to help us remember everything we tried.
It was really interesting with the pickles, having them change the taste of the pickles so much.
Yeah, we got
Tasted
bread and butter pickles.
bread and butter pickles,
Out of-
like
out
sweet
of-
pickles instead of
Yeah.
like garlic, zesty garlic,
Okay, so what of all of these flavors is the most winner? Like, if you could... So for me, if I could permanently change anything that we just ate to taste like this all the time, grapefruit.
Yeah, for sure.
I would 100% be very excited if grapefruit tasted like that.
For sure. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Closely followed by the orange. If I could have oranges that tasted like perfect all the time. And then the other one that I would add to that list is celery. If I could make celery taste like that all the time...
I would, that's true. I'd probably eat a lot more celery. I wouldn't think of it as just like something I had to bury in something else, right?
Absolutely.
Like you bury celery in a mirepoix, right? If you're making a soup.
Celery's a thing you
bury
use to
it
flavor things.
as a crunch, like in a chicken salad sandwich. But you don't actually want to eat celery. That's for crazy people.
I think that I would probably change the Dijon mustard to taste like this all the time.
Okay.
I think it's better this way.
The salt and
the
vinegar
orange
chips
juice?
were really different.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to those. The orange juice also. If I could make sour orange juice taste
I don't
sweeter,
know. Like I feel like the nature of the sweetness though is it's saccharine.
it's really sweet.
It's really sweet.
Yeah.
It does taste different than the kind of natural sweetness that you normally get with something that's in season.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, number one, absolute best food that we have tried by far, the humble potato chip.
You think so?
This is the most interesting, different flavor. Come on, let's do this again. Come on.
Okay.
This is so different. Like, just fascinating. So I choose salt and vinegar chips as my number one, like, most interesting part of this whole process. I'm picking salt and vinegar chips. Also, they are a wonderful control because they taste so different.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to know if your berry is working, highly recommend the salt and vinegar chips. You'll be able to tell.
Yeah. No, that was a good idea.
The next, so that's my number one. My number two is actually, crazy enough, the cream cheese, which I know you said didn't taste all that different to you.
Not really.
But to me, the cream cheese tastes very different, and I really like it. I literally set it aside to eat some after we're done, because I'm really curious about how this is going to taste. The green apple was interesting, but it's not quite on the list. I'm saying, like, number three, I think, is the olives. It just improved and changed and
Olives are
enhanced
really good.
the olive flavor. So that's my top three. What's your top three of what we tried today?
The grapefruit, I think, is number
Grapefruit's
one.
number one.
Maybe the apple
Okay.
and the chips.
And the chips. Yeah. Awesome. That is what we had to do today. I'm now going to have another sour candy because these are different flavors of sour candy. So I'm going to try the purple one.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to hearing people's comments. And if you do get these for your own family, we'd love to hear what you thought of them.
Absolutely.
Reminder that Twyla has 6 more berries here.
I have 6 berries.
So tablets, sorry.
Tablets.
And so if you are interested in entering a draw, we will mail them to you. They are tiny. We can mail them pretty much anywhere for next to nothing. And you and your family can try them as well. So if you just drop something into the comments.
Drop into the comments that you want to enter. The other thing is, if you do not win this, these are not as expensive as I might have feared.
Yeah. How much did we spend for
$21 on Amazon for 10
tablets, shipping
included? Shipping included. So if you want to try this experience, we can explain it to you, but it will not meet the actual experience of trying this. This was fascinating. Mm-hmm. Like, every food here was new in some way.
Yep.
We there's only a couple of things that tasted the same. You can find lists all over the internet of different things to try with this, and there's certainly things that we did not try. We were trying to stick mainly to stuff we had or would use very quickly, so we didn't want to buy a bunch of extra stuff. You might have a very different experience with us than we did with lemons and limes. I think that is one of the worst lemons and limes that we've ever tasted in general. Like, if I'd tasted that without this, it would have been absolutely horrible. So if you had a really nice, good quality in-season lemon or lime, you might have a very different experience with those.
Yep.
I would say. And do not make the same mistake we did of drinking a significant amount of vinegar at the beginning. That was gross. My stomach is still not too happy about it. Although my tummy's a little happier now that I've eaten a bunch of fruit and vegetables.
On the taste buds, it was interesting.
On the stomach, no. And don't eat this if you have had an upset stomach recently. I had an upset stomach last night, and my body is like, this was a bad idea. Why did you do this today? And I'm like, because it's the day I told other people I was going to do it. And now I'm going to eat like something to soak all this up. And yeah, my tummy does not like me right now. But I'm really glad I did it. This was really fascinating. I'm hoping you guys all loved what we had to do today. I just had that other candy, and it was fantastic. So I'm going to enjoy some of these are the things that I brought back. I set aside for myself that I want to try one more time if I had any berry left on my tongue, and I'm really excited about that. Oh, I'm gonna close with some of this cream cheese because I swear. Okay, are you gonna try this again? I'm really curious. Okay. All right. Well.
All right.
I think the cream cheese tastes absolutely fabulous. Okay.
That tastes a little sweeter, so I wonder if the berry was starting to wear off last time.
Can you see what I mean? Like, this is really different.
This is interesting.
Okay. On that note, this has been awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's been like an hour and 15 minutes of crazy when I said half an hour, but man, this is amazing. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Tell us what you thought, and I'm hoping that we will never do something this ridiculous again. It was a lot of work. Okay, goodbye,
Bye.
everybody.